Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1941 Remington Deluxe Noiseless vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight, and I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is this main roller that feeds the paper. And behind this flip panel are the margins. You just push the button like this and move it, and I'm going to set these in between the two front paper fingers so I don't type over them. Now I'm going to test them. Looks good. And these two front paper fingers are adjustable. I'm just going to make sure they're on the edges. Once you get to the end of the margin, it'll stop you from typing. So right now I have 2 characters left, so I'm going to get past that block, so you won't let me print, by hitting the margin release right here on the top, and I'm going to type these last 2. And so that's what that margin release does. It lets you go all the way to the end, but you got to be careful with the paper fingers because it will stop you and you get stuck on those. To get to the beginning of the margin, you hit this line space and it skips 1, 2, or 3 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, there's a switch right in the inside here. You flip that down 1, it skips 2, 1 more, it skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish. I'm going to type a sentence on this next line. I was able to type all the keys on the keyboard on one line because this has Elite typeface, which prints 12 characters per inch. It's a bit smaller than Pica, which prints 10. Beautiful typing machine. This is in excellent condition, both cosmetically and functional. Print looks really good. And you might be asking, it's not noiseless? It's not noiseless. There's no such thing as a noiseless typewriter, but this is as quiet as it gets. This is the patent for this was created and then sold multiple times by multiple companies. And what it does is instead of typing from the bottom and then smacking the page like this, it punches it like a puncher, like a boxer, and it doesn't slap it that hard. It just kind of, they call it like a kiss. It just kisses the page. So it's as quiet as it gets. It sounds like basically like if you had a silencer on a gun. You still hear it, but it just doesn't travel far at all. You can type in a room and you can't hear it in another room on this one. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it back and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. Shift on each side and the shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Above that is the backspace. That works good. Got a tab on the right side, and we have 2 tabs on this, and there's little inserts that you just pull out and manually insert them anywhere on this rack. And there's a scale on there to tell you exactly what space you're on. So we got 1 there and 1 there, so we're going to test those 2. Works good. Color selector switch on the right side here. Right now it's on blue. If you have it in the middle, the vibrator does not go up at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes, and if you have it down to the red, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. Since we have a solid black ribbon, we're going to keep that up top, and it just prints the top portion of the ribbon. And a fun fact is you can double use your ribbon. Once you get done with the top, then you just flip this down to the red and you can use it 2 times as much. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on this left side, I believe. So we're going to take this off. All that brand new ribbon is loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. If you want to switch that direction, there's a little rod on each side here. If you push it in, it'll pull to the left. If you push it in from this side, it'll pull to the right. And this pulls from underneath, so this will go counterclockwise to the right and clockwise to the left when you pull it that way. And these are actually 3D printed spool covers. Because the ones that I had, one of them broke, so I just made 2 more, designed these myself and printed them out, and they fit pretty good. They fit really good actually, and they look good. You can't really tell that. I mean, if you look up close, you could tell that they're not the originals, but if you're just looking at the machine, you can't really tell. On the right side is the touch control from low to high. The more high you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit them harder for them to print, but they do print faster. If you have it on low, you don't have to hit them as hard to print. And on this side, the right knob here, if you push it in and hold this lever at the same time, it'll lock the carriage in the middle so you can get to an exact spot on the page. And you just pull the knob out, it'll unlock on its own. And it's got a carriage release on each side. Very, very smooth carriage. Feels really good. It feels almost like a new typewriter. And if you push this button in, it'll disable the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. Let it go. You get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.